Looks like 333 has found the safest and surest way to win this game.
This is a hard choice for 456.
Take that baby in my mouth!
잠시 가보셔야겠습니다.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're taking a deep dive into the final episode of Squid Game. It goes without saying, but there will be tons of spoilers ahead for the season 3 finale.
날 죽이고 싶나? 그럼 그렇게 해. 여기 너하고 나뿐이야.
Season 3 of Squid Game picked up right where we left off, after Gi-hun's failed rebellion and Jung-bae's ruthless execution at the hands of Jun-ho, better known as the frontman.
456번. 영웅놀이는 재밌었나?
After Season 2, everyone was speculating whether or not Gi-hun figured out that Jun-ho was the frontman. And we eventually learned that the answer to that question is a resounding no.
너도 짐작은 하겠지만 다음 게임에서 너와 아이는 다른 참가자들의 타겟이 될 거야.
Near the end of the 4th episode, 222, the frontman tries to make Gi-hun a deal for the good of Jun-hee's baby, taking off his mask and revealing the truth. Enraged, Gi-hun nearly kills Jun-ho like he murdered Tae-ho during hide-and-seek, but he can't do it. He also falters when Jun-ho tries to goad him into killing the other finalists, imagining Sae-byeok, who you'll remember was the 3rd finalist in Season 1, telling him not to stoop to Jun-ho's level.
그러지 마. 아저씨, 그런 사람 아니잖아.
From this point on, it's a battle between Gi-hun and the others over Jun-hee's baby, who is made the new player 222 in her mother's place after Jun-hee's sacrifice during jump rope.
아저씨까지 잘못되면 아이도 죽어요. 아저씨가 그랬잖아요. 제 아이 꼭 지키라고.
Myung-ji, the baby's father, has survived as well, but eventually proves that he is the most cold-blooded of all the participants. The final episode sees our survivors jostling to be the last left alive, conspiring on how to best kill Gi-hun and 222 so that they can take the money for themselves.
제 생각엔 222번을 탈락시키는 게 맞는 것 같습니다.
그 이유 한번 들어볼까요?
Predictably, their alliance falls apart, while Myung-ji switches sides to protect the baby when it becomes clear that Gi-hun won't give her up. In the end, Myung-ji and Gi-hun both fall from the podium, with Myung-ji perishing when the jackets tear. Gi-hun is unable to save him. In the background, it's become clearer and clearer that the frontman's philosophy about people being trash for constantly choosing to take part in the games falls apart when faced with the innocent baby, who, unlike everybody else, didn't choose to be there.
그들은 어차피 게임에서 진 사람들이야. 경쟁에서 탈락한 쓰레기들. 지금도 이 세상엔 매일 수많은 쓰레기들이 쏟아지고 있어.
But, as we already said, Gi-hun couldn't bring himself to kill the others in their sleep before the final game, even though they were all doomed anyway.
우리 말이 아니야. 사람이야.
The final tragedy is that Gi-hun also takes his own life, after turning to the camera and assuring the audience of his own humanity, leaving 222 the winner with billions of won, but nobody in the world. Nobody except the frontman, that is.
저놈들한테서 도망치려던 겁니다.
Meanwhile, Hwang Jun-ho has finally reached the island, while Kang No-eul has returned after saving the life of Gyung-suk, the father of the seriously ill girl she met in Season 2 while working in the theme park. Gyung-suk is rescued by the boat after they finally figure out that Captain Park is on the game's payroll and can't be trusted, while No-eul goes toe-to-toe with the officer to erase all traces of Gyung-suk so that the game's organizers can't harm him.
죄송하지만 부대장님 머릿속에 있는 기록도 지우겠습니다.
She also very nearly takes her own life, but at the last moment, hears 222 crying in the arena and manages to escape. Now, the frontman has laid explosives and they're primed to detonate within 30 minutes.
모든 인원은 즉시 업무를 멈추고 탈출 장소로 집합해 주시기 바랍니다.
Jun-ho makes it inside the facility but isn't able to get answers or closure from Jun-ho because he's taken 222. Jun-ho doesn't want to risk hurting the baby, so In-ho gets away. The VIPs are also nowhere to be seen. The entire island explodes while Gi-hun lies dead on the floor, and we get a 6-month time skip. Woo-seok is released from prison, joining Jun-ho, who says that all the cash Gi-hun was keeping in his motel has mysteriously disappeared.
안녕 나연아.
안녕하세요.
No-eul visits Gyeong-seok at the theme park and meets his daughter again, who's thankfully on the road to recovery. And then she gets the call she's been waiting for. Her daughter, whom she had to leave behind when her husband was executed and she had to flee North Korea, might be alive and living in China. At the same time as No-eul is departing, we get the resolution of another old plot point. Sae-byeok's mother arrives, finally reunited with Chol, the brother Sae-byeok was so desperate to protect after also escaping North Korea.
설아 뭐해? 인사해야지.
But what happened to the frontman? As he explains to Gi-hun earlier, there's no point killing him because even with him gone, the gamers will only continue. They started long before he won them after all.
전데요. 누구세요?
성균 씨를 아는 사람입니다.
We find out that he's alive and has traveled all the way to Los Angeles, where he locates Gi-hun's estranged daughter Ga-young.
아빠가 보냈어요? 이거 주면서 어떻게 사는지 한번 보고 오래요?
She insists that she doesn't want to speak to her father anymore, only for In-ho to reveal that Gi-hun has died and he's bringing her his personal effects.
성균 씨께서 돌아가셨습니다.
He gives her Gi-hun's bloody tracksuit, somewhat bizarrely, but also a bank card with what's left of Gi-hun's fortune on it. So we can safely assume that the frontman knew where Gi-hun was living this entire time and took the money to deliver it to Ga-young. And finally, what about 222? Though the baby remains nameless, after the time skip, Jun-ho returns home to find 222 safely swaddled in his apartment, along with another bank card, this one containing her winnings from the games. It seems that Jun-ho is now going to be her guardian, since both Myung-ji and Jun-hee have died. But back in LA, there's one final scene that raises more questions than answers. While driving in his SUV, the frontman stops, rolls down the window, and observes a man playing dakji with a mysterious woman. That woman turns around and reveals that she's none other than Cate Blanchett in a cameo role.
All right. Let's go again.
As you wish.
She and In-ho lock eyes and he forlornly looks away while she keeps playing. It's unspoken that she knows what she's doing, but equally, he seems to be disillusioned with the games and Gi-hun's choice to die rather than hurt the baby and take the money. Because of Gi-hun, every single person who chose to be in those games died with nothing, and the only person who didn't choose it, the only person who isn't trashed by the frontman's logic, has won. And perhaps Gi-hun thought he didn't deserve to live anymore after what he did to Dae-ho, whose failure was born from fear rather than malice. Since some comments all the way back in Season 1 though, when we were first introduced to the VIPs, people have been dying to know whether the games really do exist in other countries.
The games this edition have been amazing.
Right, the contest in Korea was the best.
Thank you.
Cate Blanchett's appearance proves that yes, they do, even in America, the richest country in the world. And considering the other VIPs got away, the frontman's claim that the games will continue regardless seems to be entirely true.
하지만 네가 날 죽여도 변하는 건 없을 거야. 누군가 내 자리를 대신할 거고 내일 게임은 그대로 진행되겠지.
They likely even have enough money to rebuild in South Korea on one of the many other empty islands Jun-ho searched. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. But with Gi-hun's last words, humans are, ringing in our ears, what do you think? Are humans inherently good and worth saving as Gi-hun believes? Or are they inherently selfish and cruel like the frontman thinks?
사람은
It's this conflict that's central to Squid Game. And ultimately, you have to make your own decision about what humans are and aren't. He fails to stop the games, but was he wrong to try? Was he wrong to die for what he believed in and give 222 a better life? And will Netflix use its power over the Squid Game IP to make international spin-offs, since it's Netflix and not creator Hwang Dong-hyuk that controls the rights?
What are you waiting for, 4, 5, 6? Just end it already.
I get it. Some goodbyes take time.
Only time will tell, but Squid Game The Challenge has been renewed for a season 2 despite all the controversy around it. Let us know your Squid Game ending theories in the comments.
All right. Let's go again.
As you wish.